Attorney, what about the 18 na ex-marine na nagsabi na tinutulungan nila yung ICC? Would this have an effect?
Good that you mentioned that.
Uh,
I will say something about that.
okay po. May
Not
effect
so
po ba
much
ito
about what,
sa ayun, attorney, may
I'm
effect
sorry.
po ba ito sa trial yung ginawa di umano daw na pag-asikaso ng ilang government official dito sa ICC?
I like to put that in context. And also I like to say something about some information I got here. May epekto yan sa kaso, to directly answer your question. And I hope may epekto kasi kailangan maipasok yan sa kaso. I'm sorry, the records of the case. Now, may epekto ba? Yes. You know why? 2 days after lumabas itong mga allegation regarding the ICC prosecutors being hosted by some groups of Filipinos when they went to the Philippines for several days and in several occasions, may isang ICC lawyer na nakausap ko, nagsabi na it was quite unusual for the ICC to come out with a statement refuting the allegation. Why is it so? Dahil normally the court don't react or express comment which are external to any of the cases they're handling. Kaya nagtaka siya kung bakit. And this is the same in the Philippines. Yung alam mo na, 'di ba? You're all there practicing your industry in expressing yourselves in social media, everything else on both sides. Binabatikos yung Korte Suprema or pabor sa Korte Suprema, pero may mabasa ba kayo na nagre-react yung Korte Suprema sa bagay-bagay na yan? Hindi. Dahil the Supreme Court of the Philippines express themselves through the decisions that they promulgate. So these are official records pertaining to cases that they hear no, before the court. So they express themselves in the decisions that are promulgated by the Philippine Supreme Court. Dito, quite unusual, nag-react ang ICC by way of a statement refuting what they said. Pero mahirap i-refute eh. Kasi kung totoo yung affidavit, hindi lang po salita ng tao, pati yung mga pictures. At na-confirm na yung tao doon, a certain, even one of them, sino nga ba yan? Miss Chantal is confirmed to be an ICC investigator. So ito is a very compelling evidence which should be looked into, by the way, by the relevant agencies of government, whether it be the Ombudsman or the Senate Committee, to investigate this allegation. Ang problema lang dito, nung lumabas sila, ang inimbestiga yung 18, hindi yung sinasabi nila patungkol sa mapakamot ka sa ulo kung bakit sila yung iniipit.
Attorney, what do you think of this? Is this being defensive ang ICC or they're just trying to clarify na hindi sila involved?
Actually, there is not much that they said in details, no, dun sa statement na nabasa ko. Except to say, like for example, their funding when they do investigation anywhere else in the world are sourced from the budget of the ICC. Basically that. No? Pero, yun nga, if you're doing that and then you react on something that is external to the court, why would you do that? I think you know more of that than I do because you're in that business. You're in that industry in communicating issues out in the open.
But attorney,
Mas makakaintindi kayo niyan kaysa ako.
Can we say that it is illegal?
Hindi naman illegal. Which one are you referring to?
Yung pong sinabi po nung Marines, ex-Marines na tinulungan ni Trillanes di umano through the giving ng pera, would you consider that as illegal sa investigator ng ICC?
Ganito. Kung totoo yung sinasabi ng 18 Marines, no? Kung totoo yan, that adds up to the argument on the political dimension of this case. Kasi hindi sila objective at mangyari na heavily biased yung ginawang ICC investigation sa loob ng Pilipinas. At saka kung totoo yung mga I do not know if there was a specific statement about $2 million na that was requested and that was supposed to be used for expenses in the investigation. Magiging illegal yan kung nakatanggap yung mga ICC investigator ng pera galing dito sa nag-host sa kanila sa Pilipinas. But at the least, it will show a clear bias on how you investigate the case. Kasi kung objective ka na investigador, you will look at all angles, no? Both sides or multiple sides for that matter. Kung totoo ba yung ano na yan, yung nangyayari na yan na kaso. Pero as it appears, yung nag-host sa kanila dito, sila din ang nag-guide sa mga ICC prosecutors kung saan pumunta, kung sinong taong i-interview nila, anong dokumento ang ibibigay. So, you know, that becomes suspect insofar as an objective investigation of the Philippine situation is concerned.
Attorney, si Coach Oli po ulit, no? So, it is
Yes.
as if inaamin ng ICC na political to kasi nag-react sila eh. Second question po, Attorney, advisable ba na i-open ni Attorney Kaufman itong mga ebidensya laban sa ICC na nilabas nitong 18K o yung tinatawag nating 16 Marines and 2 sundalo?
Insofar as your second question is concerned, iabot na po namin yung information na yan sa defense team. But on how they're going to handle it, unfortunately, there are a lot of things that we do not know because of the confidential nature of the proceedings. Kung maalala nyo, pati yung if you are following the hearing on a delayed telecast, mga ilang beses pinuputol-putol. And I asked Attorney Kaufman regarding that. And he mentioned that in the interview na sinasala ng ICC kung ano yung mga supposed to be hindi sasabihin dahil nga confidential. Pero narinig namin lahat nung nandun kami sa gallery. Pero hindi rin namin alam kung ano yung mga supposed to be hindi ma-broadcast sa inyo lahat because delayed kayo ng 30 minutes.
Attorney, yung ano naman, pagdating naman dito sa Supreme Court, hindi ko alam kung nasagot nyo na to kanina eh. Na-cite nyo kanina yung mga final nila Mayor Baste eh. Pero if ever, yung mga nakabinbin na kaso sa Supreme Court, nag-rule ang Supreme Court na illegal itong mga pag-aresto, pagpapadala kay Pangulong Duterte doon, makokompel po ba yung ICC na mag-adhere or mag-comply doon sa decision ng Supreme Court natin?
My lawyer's opinion is that, legally speaking, as I've said earlier, the Philippine Supreme Court does not have jurisdiction over the ICC. They will not be able to compel the ICC to release. By the way, the habeas corpus petition were addressed to the relevant government officials who were made respondents to the case. That said, if the petitions would be granted, it's now the burden of the Philippine government, Philippine government through these officials, na ibalik si Mayor Rudy dito sa Pilipinas. Sa ibang jurisdiction, nangyari na nga daw yan. Patungkol dito sa Amerika na may isang tao na mistakenly deported to another country. I think that was Honduras. And a case was filed in the Supreme Court. And the petition was granted. So the U.S. government made arrangement to bring the American citizen back to the States. So basically, yan yung arrangement na yan. And on the part of the ICC, if ever there is such a decision in favor of the former president, in relation to the habeas corpus petition, that would be very, very persuasive argument that Attorney Kaufman can use for an early release of the president.
Attorney, meron ba kayong meron ba kayong listahan? Or nakita niyo po ba yung listahan ng mga redacted doon na mga pangalan? Kasi merong mga redacted na mga pangalan na hindi pwedeng mabanggit dahil baka daw ma-compromise yung security.
Wala kami.
whatever.
Kung ano yung what was made public are the same copies that we have.
Hindi po
Si
nagbigay.
Attorney Kaufman was very strict on the confidentiality rule of the court. Kung may tatanungin kami, if it falls under the confidential nature of such communication or piece of evidence, he would not disclose.
Pero meron po
So,
kayong idea?
hindi po-
May idea kayo sino-sino itong mga ito?
Lumalabas naman yung mga taong nire-refer ni Attorney Kaufman at ng prosecution. Makikita naman din natin yan before the case was brought to The Hague, no? Two people have been interviewed a number of times in the past, no? Si Las Cañas at saka si Matobato among them. So alam natin na they would be among those prosecution witnesses. Kung ano yung sinabi nila, at least insofar as the records is concerned, that I would not know kasi that's not disclosed. But some other incidents, as they call it, were not redacted. And I like to cite one, the one that happened in Osamis City against the Parawinog. Maganda yung argumento ng depensa. Sinasabi na hindi ito premeditated at saka labag sa batas. Kasi yung pagpasok ng pulis doon sa bahay ng mga Paruhinog was on the basis of a judicially issued search warrant. So valid yung pagpasok nila. Pangalawa, yung pagpasok nila, there was an encounter. Ibig sabihin, ang tawag nito, there was an armed encounter and for which the police has to respond as well in order to deter the risk, in order to deter the what do you call that, the violence that they were facing at that time. Pangatlo, hindi po madalian yon. Mangilang oras bago natapos. No? Pang-apat, at sinight ito ni Attorney Kaufman. Pang-apat, may mga namatay pero meron ding na-aresto. 4. So kung totoo yung sinasabi nila as what they're portraying Mayor Rudy as a murderer at saka lahat ng mga ginawa niya is really premeditated na walang ligtas, patayin nyo lahat, bakit may buhay? No, yung mga ganong mga ebidensya, nailatag niya lahat yan. Hindi lang po namin ma-appreciate at kayo rin, hindi rin nyo ma-appreciate kasi napipigilan siyang magsalita because some of these are confidential or redacted versions of what is already in the records of the case.